Macklin Celebrini shows flashes of what's going to make him a very special player.
You're Locked On Sharks, your daily podcast on the San Jose Sharks, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hello, welcome to Locked On Sharks, the premier hockey podcast covering your favorite team in the Bay Area. My name is JD Young, caretaker at the Reef, also the co-host of Western Conference Tuesdays on the Locked On NHL channel. I want to thank you for making Locked On Sharks your first listen. Proudly part of the Locked On Network. We cover your team every day. And if you want to be an everydayer, all you have to do is just follow wherever you get podcasts, or you can watch on YouTube as well. And today, Macklin Celebrini, he's good, kids. He's really good. So we're going to talk about Celebrini, the Eklund benching or demotion, dig into the numbers of this game, and of course, your daily dose of the Walman saga as we continue to find out, keep up with the Jake Walman happenings, I guess. So before we get to all that, do want to let you guys know today's episode is brought to you by Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONNHL for $20 off your first purchase. So, Macklin Celebrini, he's good. Celebrini scores the only 2 goals for the San Jose Sharks as they lose 5-2 to the Minnesota Wild. And Celebrini shows a lot. It's hard to start with Celebrini because there's just so many things that he's just good at, and it's whether it's making something out of nothing, which he seems to do. One of the things though I think that impresses me so much is his work along the boards, and whether it's we've seen it a couple times now, where he's on the boards and he's able to just his ability to know where everyone is, his vision, and almost like a sixth sense of just know where guys are and where guys are going to be, but be along the boards and just create high danger opportunities because he just can get that pass off the boards and into the high danger, like the slot, without having to do much. And again, he's 18 years old. He was the youngest player in college. And even going back in college as the youngest player in college, I was always impressed at his board work there. How physical he was, especially for someone his age. And that is translating pretty nicely, I think, in the NHL. Sorry, the NFL. That'd be really impressive, the board work in the NFL. Remember the Arena League with their boards? Anyway, conversation for a different day. But his ability to win board battles against guys who are just kind of bigger and older, and his ability along the boards. But again, that ability to just even on his very first NHL goal, right, along the boards, it's a beautiful chance to Tyler Toffoli from his work along the boards. Then his skating and his speed tonight draws a penalty from that. Which, I mean, the Sharks power play tonight, I thought it looked better, but we'll pin on that. But anyway, you can see just how the power play now is set up to move the puck around and just try to get Celebrini shots from right there in the circle, and it's very effective. And once he starts kind of nailing those, and then teams are going to have to start kind of adjusting for that, then Celebrini's going to have a counter where he's going to fake the shot and do something cool, whether it's drive to the net, drive behind the net, whatever, find an outlet pass, and create an opportunity. That's the thing, just how he thinks and how he just tilts the ice when he is out there and doing stuff. But then, of course, the shot, first goal, not the prettiest goal, but that is a transition that he started, right? Transition game. We talked, after the Sharks got Celebrini, talked about, especially when they signed Toffoli. Man, this is going to be a great combination. I know Granlund was one who set it up, up there, but Celebrini starts it, finds Grayland, and then he goes to the net. Like, and is able to kind of bloop it in. But that is what you expect. But then that last goal, when I know that was, kind of trying to put some lipstick on the pig there. Just he's not even looking at the net, guys, and he just puts it past the Hall of Famer like it was nothing. And I know Marc-Andre Fleury is not the same player he used to be, but still one of the greatest goalies of this generation. Hall of Famer, like no doubt, puts it over his shoulder like it was nothing, without even looking at the no look shot there. His ability to manipulate other players with his head and his vision and his eyes and still get the puck exactly where he wants it to go is a special trait. Celebrini right now is like he has 3 goals in 3 games, with 4 points now. Like, I know people when he got hurt, people were like, "Oh, the Calder rate, like there's no chance." No. Macklin Celebrini. Yeah, guys, he's going to be in this Calder race, and I know, Seikoven's been great. Has been very consistent and productive so far, and Michkov, who, he got benched tonight, because they thought he could learn from watching the game, et cetera, et cetera. Anyway, Celebrini, though, is announced, I think, tonight that, like, no, guys, this is a long season, and he is going to be very much in the Calder race. And yeah, he's a special, and we're just seeing glimpses of it now. Just glimpses of it now, guys. In game 3 for him. So, I don't know how it makes everything that happened last year worth it. Like, just everything that we went through last year, seeing what he's going to do is going to be worth it. And I think the other kind of elephant in the room conversation it could have started out with in this kind of takeaway was the Eklund demotion, right? Eklund started on the second line, played most game on the second line, in the third period was put on the fourth line. And Warsofsky came out and said he needs more from Eki, basically was what he said. Okay. And again, right? I'm fine with sending, especially Eklund, who's a young player still, right? Sending a message, and I think Eklund's had his ups and downs, and we haven't seen much production from Eklund recently. I still think that's going to turn around here really soon, and that's fine. Like, the team was also probably needed a bit of a shakeup as they were like struggling in this game, and Eklund, I think, like, he knows he needs to produce more. He needs more out of him, and I'm completely fine with that. Like, send him down there if you want to use Eklund to kind of send a message to everybody. Like, we're not getting enough out of everybody right now. Put him down there for the rest of the game, whatever you need to do. I'm fine with that. Like, that happens all the time. The big thing is, how do players respond? And we've seen Eklund, last year under Quinn. We've seen Eklund respond positively to this stuff. And as long as he's given a chance to earn his spot back. So if Eklund starts on the fourth line next game, don't be surprised by the middle of the game if Eklund's playing in his normal second or line minutes. Like, he is too relied on. He plays too much, I think, for him to be playing fourth line minutes. Like, he's one of the top, like, in the NHL, is one of the top time on ice guys. Like, I'm not worried about it, right? I think it's just send him a message like, hey, we need more out of you. And I think Eklund will respond positively. And like I said, I think Eklund is overdue for some goals here. He's been creating chances. A little bit more of a quiet game from him in this game, but I think he's been doing positive stuff, creating chances. He was insanely good in that overtime where Wenberg scored in the last game, and I'm not worried. So don't worry too. It's a long season. Again, if now we start to see multiple games like this, then we can have a conversation. But I'm not worried about Eklund. I think he will be back into his normal spot. And like I said, I'm very confident we're going to see a goal, not even a goal. I just think we're going to see production burst from him very, very soon. So, ups and downs of a young player. Remember, ride the line, kids. Ride the line. Try to keep it as steady as possible. So, we're going to talk about the numbers behind this game as Minnesota did a really nice job, especially in the third period, kind of just putting the clamps on the Sharks here and really limiting them what they could do. Even in the first period, like we'll talk about the numbers there. And then get caught up on the Daily Walwyn saga as he's missed tonight's game due to a day-to-day upper body injury. So we'll get to that here in just 1 second. Your sex life is important, but your schedule is busy. You don't have time to go to the doctor's office to get treated for ED. Through HIMS, you can get a personalized ED treatment without stepping foot outside your door. HIMS is changing men's healthcare by providing you with access to affordable sexual health treatments from the comfort of your couch. The process is 100% online, so there's no need for uncomfortable doctor's visits. Just a series of questions on their site. That medical provider will determine the right treatment option. If you prescribe, your medication ships directly to you in a discreet package for free. No insurance is needed. And one low price covers everything from treatments to ongoing care. Start your free online visit today at hims.com/lockedon. That's HIMS.com/lockedon for your personalized ED treatment options. hims.com/lockedon. The products mentioned are chewable compound products, which are not approved or verified for safety or effectiveness by the FDA. Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Prices varies based on product and subscription plan. And if you want to go to the tank, go catch Macklin Celebrini in a Sharks game, or go to the Warriors, or whatever event you need tickets, you need to check out Game Time. Game Time has a new feature called Game Time Picks that makes getting tickets to see your favorite teams play live even easier. Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to only show you incredible deals on great seats, so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. They have curated deals to make it easier to find the best price on great seats. Of course, you can see your seats before you buy. Nothing worse than getting to a game and realizing my seats stink. So, download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONNHL for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code LOCKEDONNHL, LOCKEDONNHL for $20 off. Download Game Time today. What time is it? Game time. All right, so let's dig into the numbers behind this game. Again, as the Sharks lose 5-2. Minnesota did a really great job of, especially in the first period, just making life difficult on the Sharks, especially as they tried to, one, get out of the zone, and two, set up their offense. And it wasn't really until the second period where the Sharks kind of got into a groove of like how to set up their offense against the Wild. This Wild team is really good. Like, talking to my co-host Seth, who's of course Locked On Wild host, check us out every Tuesday on the NHL channel. But like kind of talking to him, and it's like this Wild team is like, it's really good, and they're really set on their defense and the way they're able to kind of limit teams in this game. And I had a feeling the Sharks were going to struggle in that area, and thought that kind of the key to the Sharks victory was going to be the power play. Well, Sharks went over 3 on the power play, and against a team whose power play was in the 60s percentile right now. So not a good key to success. If you can't set up your offense and any special teams into opportunities you get, you're unable to capitalize on them. So looking at the numbers, though, they're much closer than you would kind of expect, especially for the 5-2. And the Sharks did get lucky with 2 offsides goals that were recalled. It's very much like they mentioned in the broadcast. Like, it feels like if the coach is challenged, they're usually right, just because the video teams are so good. And both goals were pretty clearly offsides. But 47 minutes of 5v5, 45 to 36 shot attempts in favor of the Wild. So that's 55.56 to 44.44 Corsi percent. Actual shots for was 21 to 18 in favor of the Wild. Scoring chances 17 to 15 in favor of the Wild, 9 to 6 high danger chances, and 1.73 to 1.02 expected goals for. And really in the third period, where the Sharks did get off more shot attempts at 14 to 12. The actual shots on goal were 6 to 6. But 6 to 3 scoring chances in favor of the Wild, 1 to 3 high danger chances in favor of the Wild, and 0.62 to 0.18 expected goals for in favor of the Wild, all at 5v5 there. So they did that's where that defense kind of came in, and they were just like, you know what? We'll let you kind of do stuff along the outside, but we're not going to let you get high quality chances. And that's what a sign of a good team is. Like they're not going to let you do what you want to do, and really locked it down in the third period there to kind of thwart any realistic Sharks comeback. Again, Celebrini is ridiculous for that. So looking at the Sharks, man, I just pulled Matt Boldy, the Boldy, Eriksson, Ek, and Marcus Johansson line. They played 10:48. They had 18 to 1 Corsi for. They absolutely dominated the Sharks when they were on the ice. Just absolutely dominated them. It's insane. So looking at the lines, though, so we had Granlund, Celebrini, Toffoli. They played 11:46, 11 to 12 shot attempts, 7 to 6 actual shots. Did have 2 goals, 0.52 to 0.75 expected goals for, 6 to 4 scoring chances, 4 to 3 high danger chances. That line, very good tonight. Yes, that's what you're going to see from them going forward. And Celebrini, it's a lot to take on. But the kids, we talked about in the first segment, the kid's good. So Eklund, Wenberg, Zetterlund played 7:30, 4 to 8 shot attempts, 1 to 4 actual shots, 0.02 to 0.34 expected goals for, 2 to 3 scoring chances, 0 to 2 high danger chances. And I think that's where you normally see Eklund kind of creating those high danger chances and those scoring opportunities. And right now, I know this line's a little bit new, trying to kind of maybe find some chemistry, et cetera, et cetera. But that's what Eklund's job is to kind of do on that line, right? Is to create scoring chances and opportunities. And tonight, they just could not get that going. The Cunnin Smith Goodrow line played 5:43, 2 to 9, Corsi 4. 2 to 5 actual shots, gave up 2 goals, 0.06 to 0.25 expected goals for that line. And then the Sturm, Dellandrea, Grundstrom line played 4-9, 3 to 3 shot attempts, 3 to 2 actual shots, 0.1 to 0.16 expected goals for their. Dellandrea was like this close to missing one. Also feel bad for Will Smith, who had the first goal like went off his foot, and even on the one goal they gave up where they were out there with Ferraro Ruda. And that pairing, which I've talked about plenty of times, drives me nuts. Because especially when you have Ferraro Ruda and then you have the third line out there, right? Nobody other than Will Smith can like carry the puck when that happens. And you saw Ruda and Ferraro trying to, like they try to get the puck out. Of course, it goes horrible. And then that line spends the next minute out there defending until eventually the Wild scored. And beautiful, beautiful play by Kaprizov. Just an insane spin around pass. But like, you're just setting your team kind of up for failure when you have that many guys out there who aren't able to like get the puck going. And then you get pinned in your own zone and you wonder what happened there. So quickly on Vitek Vanacek tonight. So, of course, not the same performance that we saw the other night. 25 saves on 29 shots against, 2.5 expected goals against, gave up 4 in all situations, 4 to 5 on high danger saves, 5 of 6 on mid danger, and 16 of 18 on the low danger tonight. So, I definitely expected a kind of drop off performance after what we saw from him last game. But again, I still think for the most part, he has been very, very solid this season. So we'll finish up here talking about the Wallman saga, of course, and kind of get you caught up on that and what to kind of expect going forward. So we'll continue here in just 1 second. Get ready to tackle the NFL action with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Because right now, new customers can bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets if you win. FanDuel's sportsbook app gives you everything you need to place live bets on the NFL all in one place. So you get the hunch in the middle of a game, check out the latest stats, view live play-by-play, and so much more on the same page where you place your bets. So just visit FanDuel.com to join today. You get started with $150 in bonus bets if you win your first $5 bet. That's FanDuel.com. Never waste a hunch. Make every moment more with FanDuel, the official sportsbook partner of the NFL. All right, and before we finish up, of course, I want to thank you guys for making Locked On Sharks your first listen. For your second listen, go check out one of the other great shows here at the Locked On Network. Of course, you have Locked On Fantasy Hockey. So if your fantasy team needs a little love and support, they got you covered over there. Or go check out one of the other great shows here in the Bay Area. You got Locked On Warriors, Locked On Niners, Locked On A's, Locked On Giants. Plenty of great stuff here at the Locked On Network, where, again, we cover your team every day. All right, Jake Wallman. So let's rewind. He gets hurt in the Saturday's game against the Canucks, right? Leaves the game for a little bit, comes back, kind of gets through the performance. Of course, he's out there for the game, like the final, the game-winning goal for Vancouver. Kind of makes a mistake there. He takes full blame and ownership of it in the post-game press conference. Next game on Tuesday against the Blue Jackets, Warsofsky says, Wallman's not playing, healthy scratch, coach's decision. That's kind of what we'll say. Okay. Wallman practices. Then Wallman's not available to the media today, and Warsofsky says he's out tonight, day-to-day, with an injury. And then as of what we're recording right now, Warsofsky did say Wallman's going to travel with the team on their upcoming East Coast road trip. So I know there's like a lot of layers and stuff here, but like let's kind of go through it. So Wallman leaves the game, right? Next game, he is not going to play. And I think a lot of us jump to conclusions, which is a fun game to play, of, well, maybe what he did against, giving up that goal, Warsofsky benched him for this game. No, what probably happened was Wallman maybe missed a meeting or said something to Warsofsky, which in the heat of the moment, and that he probably shouldn't have said. And I'm speculating, 100% speculating right now here, but that's probably what happened, right? Warsofsky's the coach, right? You're trying to change the culture of what is going on, what's been going on the past couple of seasons. Wallman's one of your best players. You have to hold him accountable for his actions, right? Boom. Makes sense. Okay. He very much said one game, like, we're going to move on past this. Wallman returns to practice and then probably aggravated whatever happened. Like, right? Took a really hard hit to the boards. He was clearly clutching at his shoulder in the Vancouver game. I clipped it. It's pretty clear evidence. Like, he hurt his shoulder in that situation. Probably, like I said, probably was feeling okay. practiced, and he probably aggravated something, which is fine. The human body's weird. So they held him out tonight. Him getting press boxed and then him getting re-aggravating his injury are two separate things. So, like, it's fine. I hope Wallman gets better here soon because the Sharks clearly missed Jake Wallman and his ability to exit the zone with the puck. And you saw that tonight in the first period, especially where the Sharks just kept getting hemmed in their own zone. And then you could hopefully please break up the Ferraro Ruda pairing with Jake Wallman back. Like, it's fine. So, and I think it's a positive sign that he's going on the road trip, especially because the Sharks still have a couple days off here. They don't practice on Friday. I think they're leaving. I think they're either leaving Friday or Saturday. Actually, I think they're leaving Friday to kind of get to the East Coast and kind of get prepared a little bit for a game on Sunday for them. So, like, I fully expect Wallman to be back here soon, as long as this injury continues to kind of progress the way we want him to hope to progress. So, especially, I mean, you have a pretty big game against the Devils. Game against the Devils, and then you're playing a really bad Flyers team. Like, this is a sneaky big road trip for the Sharks, a team who had some issues last year. Well, I mean, they had issues in a lot of things they did, but you're looking ahead, kind of peeking ahead at the schedule up here. You have games against the Rangers, the Flyers, games against the Devils, the Flyers, the Rangers, and the Penguins. Like, it's really realistic that you can go 2-2 in those games, right? Like, you expect probably not going to win against the Devils, but very winnable game against the Flyers. Rangers are a good team. And then Penguins are a mess. Like, you could very easily see yourself going 2-2 on the road trip there, which would be huge for the Sharks to go 2-2 there. I think that'd be huge for the Sharks, especially as they're trying to, right? You came off a really solid homestand. Let's go 2 for 2 here. Kind of feeling pretty good about yourself and where this team is going. So I think, though, for the Wallman thing, like, let's let it go. I think whatever happened. I think, again, for Warsofsky, you're trying to set a standard. You're trying to change the culture. You see that with the Eklund benching. You see that with the Wallman. Again, we don't know what happened. Something probably happened. Like I said, he probably broke a team rule, missed a meeting, something like that, which is fine. Held him accountable for it. But just because he missed Tuesday's game, is that the same reason he missed tonight's game? So they just coincidentally kind of happened together. But let's, we'll see what happens when Wallman gets back here. And I fully expect Wallman to continue to be a big part of the Sharks, and very excited to see Wallman and Celebrini and like all these guys. We haven't really gotten everybody, the whole band together here yet. So I'm really excited to kind of see what happens when we actually get everybody playing together. So yeah, that's going to be it for me today. We'll be back on Sunday night after the Sharks game then. So make sure you guys are following along wherever you get podcasts. Of course, you can watch on YouTube as well. Follow the show on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Locked On Sharks. Follow me on Twitter at MyFryHole. Till Sunday night. Bye, friends.